Welcome to Pyramidical. In this episode, we will be revealing the deepest secrets of telekinesis, psychokinesis, moving objects with your mind. This is part 2 in the Telekinesis Psychokinesis How to Move Objects with Your Mind episode. And I'm not talking about balancing objects on top of other objects, like a pen or a pencil or a piece of paper on a needle. I am not talking about this. This is not psychokinesis. This is not telekinesis. This is static electricity. George M. Robinson totally debunks the static electricity moving of tiny objects with your hands by simply putting some tinfoil on his wrists, which boosts the already collecting static electricity that naturally builds on your hands, especially when you drag your feet across the carpet. Drag your feet across the carpet in your socks, and you all know you touch a doorknob and you'll get a shock. He uses a feather to prove that he's not blowing. This clip is Jim McMillan training under John Chang in the year 2000. John Chang is a Mopai Kegelmaster, which taught Jim McMillan how to, from 10 feet away, knock over 3 empty VHS boxes using yin-chi energy. The following is an interview with Jim McMillan.
There is a short video clip on YouTube already of a gentleman. You see him from the back. He apparently is undergoing testing with John Chang, and he is knocking a couple of, looks like cardboard boxes from a distance. He's knocking them over, and it's purportedly you. I mean, for the record, is this you in the video?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and when did that occur?
That was in 2000. Actually, I visited with John twice because he had come to visit his daughter. Once was in June, and then the next time he came was in November. But the June one was the actual filming there, and those were 3 VHS boxes that he had put up there.
Okay, and this was part of the testing to get to level what?
This was to pass your second level.
Okay, yes.
So now that I passed, then you go on to the next level and you train until you pass that one. Yeah, it's kind of a long story. John's teacher, Lau, had passed away, and John had needed to continue talking with him and didn't realize that he had finally moved on to some other realm, and he kept trying to get a hold of him, and he never would respond. And then his ancestor spirit, the Grand Master, Mei Yang Chen, showed up unexpectedly and told John in no uncertain terms that what he was doing wrong, and reminded him of the things that he had promised and so on. And for whatever reason, I have no idea why, but John continued to ignore that and continued teaching me, as well as accepting a few more Westerners. John has had some really strange events that have occurred where he actually goes into a meditative state, and he, I guess, goes into an out-of-body experience and visits spirits, and he communicates with them. He doesn't do that so much anymore, I found out, because for obvious reasons that he was having trouble with his ancestor spirit, and so he just wasn't calling on them because I guess he had some repercussions that were not fun. But he would actually have discussions with these alleged spirits that had passed away and were still roaming the earth. And but those are kind of profound situations. I, however, don't have the same belief that they are, spirits from the dead. I believe that they're demons, demonic, taking on the appearance of dead people, because basically from the fact that they want to have association, because humans have many attributes they can't have, and so they seek to do that in ways of trying to appear as human. And the other aspect to that, I know I'm getting off the subject a little bit, but it sort of leads me into that. These spirits seek your yin energy because they just don't have enough, and so they're trying to get that. And John always said, if you ever have any contact with a spirit, never trust them, because they're always trying to scheme in some way to extract the yin from you, and they have all different ways of doing that. So
what is actually taking place here is a demonic entity is knocking over these VHS boxes. A demonic entity with poltergeist abilities to knock over objects in our dimension. As scary as that is, that's the reality of what is taking place. It's really hard to find authentic footage of actual poltergeist activity. This, I will admit, is myself just playing a bit of a trick. Magicians and tricksters do exist. Obviously, I did not use telekinesis. I simply blew it over. As far as the Qigong master footage from possibly 10 years ago, he did not simply blow over the brick from 10 feet away. You can't blow over a brick from 10 feet away. It's not possible. What's actually taking place here is a demonic entity is knocking over these bricks at the command of the Qigong master. Why would a demonic entity do this? I'll tell you why. Because he is part of an ancient martial art order, which has possibly been practicing for thousands of years. This demonic entity is in a contract with this Qigong master, just like his masters before him. This demonic entity is breaking the glass. The comedic music that the news station put behind is diffusing the fact of what's really going on. A demonic entity at the command of this Qigong master is pushing this water down the table. The same demonic entity is pushing it the other way. Impossible to do. It's not a trick. It's a negative entity, a demonic entity that for possibly thousands of years has been in a contract with these martial art masters. He's going to give an explanation that it's about qi, that it's about yin, that it's about yang, but really it's a heritage passed down from master to master to master, a contract. He's showing other abilities that these demonic entities can give him. He can break a stick or bamboo or whatever that is. He can't cut himself with a knife. These entities can give you superhuman powers. Why would they give it to humans? Because when you see the power that they give these masters, you start to worship these masters as false idols. You start to follow these martial art disciplines, and you fall away. You fall away from the truth. Demons do this to deceive the many, to go into the wrong direction. If you're dedicating your life to worshiping a martial art discipline instead of the true way, these demons have successfully stolen something from you, stolen the truth from you. You have followed miracle workers that have performed miracles when they're demonic tricks. They're demonic false miracles. Magicians have used these same tricks, but I have noticed firsthand that it is more common among martial art masters of many different names. It's not one single martial art discipline. Many different names. It's not simply Qigong. It's not simply Mopai Ni Kung. I personally witnessed. Last Chinese New Year, I saw a demonstration with my own eyes of a 160-pound man barely moving his hand, knocking back a 300-pound man 5 feet. This man flew 5 feet backwards. The martial art master demonstrated it 3 times. And then he demonstrated 3 more times invisible bricks falling on the target, this 300-pound man, and he fell to his knees 3 times because a weight that was invisible, that wasn't there, fell on him, and he had to fall down to his knees. It kicked him back 5 feet, and it knocked him down to his knees. It was an invisible force. The man simply barely moved his hand 1 inch. I saw it with my own eyeballs. Now, I'm going to try to record these demonstrations that I just described. I know where the Chinese Cultural Center is, where these demonstrations are performed, and I'm going to try to record it for myself if they allow me to record it. I'm going to ask permission, and I respect the culture of these ancient Chinese traditions. As a matter of fact, my grandfather is Chinese. So I greatly respect these Chinese cultures and beliefs. My grandfather was a Chinese Buddhist, and so I have seen a lot of things firsthand. It goes really deep into the realm of demonic entities. Demonic entities are throughout all of Chinese culture. They talk about them constantly, but they give them different names. I will continue to explore this subject in future episodes. I thank you for watching. This has been John Rasmus with Pyramidical. Be seeing you.